Which one am I talking to? What's going on?
Both.
This is confusing.
Talk
Okay,
to
great.
us both.
Yeah, I like it. That feels terrifying.
Can you talk to us a little bit about the character that you play in the film?
My character is Lincoln. He's a kid that gets bullied in high school. He's very dark. He has black hair, listens to death metal, smokes cigarettes, loner, sits in the corner by himself. And then he gets, because of that, because he's sort of an outcast, he gets bullied throughout high school. And then one day he has enough, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but he stabs the bully in the face with a fork.
That bit was inspired by Death Proof, because when I saw Death Proof in theaters, there was so much time spent with characters talking and being realistic that I forgot it was a horror movie. Sure. When Kurt Russell shows up in the car to kill them, I was like, oh my god, they're gonna die, it's a horror movie, I forgot! It was the first time I felt scared for people getting killed in a horror movie in a long time. So the first bits of the movie are all like dudes on top of dudes. It's all these scenes of like, you know, even our main character who is the victim, he's still muscular, and like the guys that are fucking with him are even more muscular, and it's just guys solving problems with this like brute physical, they just call each other fags and headlocks and punches and ass cracks, and you know, it's just so young male, and then Moira shows up and destroys them.
Why do you like working with Bernard so much?
God only.
Oh, you've done so many movies with him.
I have. Well, I'm sort of, what am I? I'm his muse. Happy to serve.
Really? I mean, what is it about him? Is there any particular sort of gift or talent?
Well, I think he's basically a genuine punk. I hate complimenting Bernard in any way, especially when I'm close to him. But he has a way of adapting classical pieces and always stay faithful to them, but yet modernize them.
I'm quite damp, aren't I, actually? Oh, I'm dry on top. That's amazing.
Right, we're rolling.
Listen, Tom. I mean, the reality of directing this. I mean, are you getting better?
I am. Definitely getting better. Yes.
It's trying.
Yes. Well, before dawn was coverage. It was like wide shots, mid shots, close ups, handheld, winging it around everywhere. You know. And when I watch it now, it just goes, keep that fucking camera still. It just drives me mad. I still love it. I'm still very proud of it. I love the story. Performance is great. And but this one, it was great to work out really considered camera movements and after a shot.
So you had
list.
Storyboards everywhere.
Yeah, and shot lists and what they call plan and elevation drawings, and then we had the equipment, we had money as well, and we had a budget that we could work with, and a great cinematographer, Jeff Boyle, who, if I said I really need this shot, is it possible? He'd go, yeah. Oh yeah, don't worry about that. Which meant sometimes we were sitting around for half an hour, 2 hours while we set up. But we drove to Holland and back in the day to get a slider. We said there's an 18-foot slider that it's going on this huge film. They're not using it at the moment. Bring it over, you know.
Wow.
Somebody had
So
sent
you went in a van,
something,
didn't you?
yeah, driving back like that.
Duke Mitchell is a film festival in London. We're also a film club. We've been going for about 8 years, and for the past 2 years we've been doing a little bit of a show at the FrightFest. We get 2 slots. The first slot we dedicated to a film that we love. Last year we showed Coherence. This year we're showing a documentary called Remix, Remake, Ripoff about the Turkish exploitation cinema from the 70s, which is very interesting because the Turks basically remade everything without ever caring for copyright or safety or budget. So we're showing that, and it's going to be a great fun. And then we follow that with the Duke Party, which is us inviting the guests at the festival to bring some sneak previews, some interesting bits, some tidbits, their favorite films, in like a talk show format, and then we add some bits ourselves. We got a lot of prizes to give, and it's a generally nice way to spend Saturday evening.
Done a terrific job with it. I mean, the look of the film is just stunning. So
thanks very much. No, I did want to non-pretentiously try and make a beautiful horror movie and aspire to, you know, the horror movies that we grew up loving. You know, I love a good kind of schlocky movie as well, but I wanted to try and make one which was photographed beautifully, the locations, the acting,
Sure.
you know, everything.
And what's next for you, Corey?
That's a good question. I'm currently in the middle of pre-production on the film The Crow,
The remake.
Yeah.
Hey, can you tell us a bit about that? Just a little.
So I'm not trying to remake the 1994 film, Alex Proyas. Wanting to make something very authentic to the graphic novel.
And how did you guys get involved with the project?
I was approached by Will Borthwick,
Mm.
who offered me an astonishing amount of money. It was
really
so
was
small. It was quite astonishing. And I thought, well, I guess the script's got to be good. If they are paying me £25 a day.
Was it one of those ones where the title came first? It was just such a great title, you thought?
No, actually what came first was me writing 20 really shitty pages where it was a guy in the lead. And I was like, oh, this is bad, and I'm not interested. And then I got a friend of mine, a really great writer named Andy Seltzer, and I gave it to him and said, you know, I think the only way to make this interesting is if it's a woman. And he got involved, and we talked about where the rest of it would go, and he just really kind of developed this hilarious character and made it interesting, I think.
What's the moment in the movie that the audience will fucking explode? From the screenings that you've had so far,
It's the
what's been the...
It's got to be the recapitation, where we decapitate a man and then decapitate him again because he had it coming.
They didn't do it right the first time.
They didn't, so they get told to do it again and do it with they do it on his nice carpet and they have to put a tarp down. They should know this, but it was their first day on the job. You see, they're cult members. But yeah, probably one of my favourite recapitations in cinema history. Like there was a great one on Sound of Music. But that was probably that's the moment where people Fantasia had a great reception. I'm sure everyone. It's actually a universal thing. Like I was watching the Korean audience, and they were just like, and they saw the recapitation, and it warmed their hearts.